So September 8th.
Yes, September 8th.
Okay, let me get to the biggest thing. September 8th. Now, this is what I'm really super excited about. I'm working with a fellow sound scientist. He's a elder in the game, so he's been around longer than me doing the sound thing. And we share this kind of passion about, taking the science and pushing the innovation and the invention type of thing. So we're like into this like exploring this black inventors mode, like, right? Instead of reading about it, we read about all these black inventors who invented the stoplight, the iron board, whatever. Now we like, no, we about to be this right now, us. Exactly. So this thing that's happening is we're coming together and brainstorming with these ideas, and it's interesting how we work because he'll say something and it'll be something I've thought of like 2 days ago or something already a week ago or even years ago, and I'll say something, he's like, oh yeah. So we're like, oh, we supposed to kind of come together and do this thing.
Yeah.
So we created this new, I want to say it's kind of it's a science experiment, but it's a band. And it's called the Sono Geometry Experience. So sono meaning has to do with sound. Geometry is, the mathematical arrangement of it, and then the experience, right? So the experience you have from those effects from it. So what we're doing is, it's not going to be like, okay, we're on stage and we're just playing, or even a regular sound bath. You just lay there, I'm playing bowls and whatever. Total, it's taking that to the next level. And like I was telling my students today, I was reading them a definition of sound healing that I put in my brochure years ago. And I looked at it today, I was like, I have to update this because what we're doing now is not the traditional way of sound healing. I mean, it's kind of there, but there's another factor to it. Okay. And that factor of sound healing in its traditional sense is an auditory type of thing. So it's like, the definition was like, okay, you can hear, you can heal yourself from singing your own voice, or heal yourself by singing with others, or you can heal yourself by hearing others sing with others, or you can heal yourself by hearing instruments, or hearing instruments with others while they're singing. You know what I'm saying? It had this whole thing of hearing. So what we're designing is this new system. It's not a new system. They have it already out, but it's going to be using vibroacoustics, but we're going to be using it in a different way. So we're going to be doing it where we're creating a performance where the audience can engage in the frequencies of what we're playing via turning their bodies into these resonant spaces. So your body's resonating, not just from like you're at a rave party or a big party and you got because I would like that too, one of those Jamaican earthquake sound systems. That does resonate you.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But it's taking it to that, but then further. And in light of that, these installations that's going to cause you to interact with the music, we're going to have visualizations of what those frequencies you're experiencing look like via some cymatics show. So some people on here know what cymatics is, and the ones who don't, cymatics is the study of sound and energy on matter. So how it affects, and how they show it is they'll show videos of sound being played into water, and water turning into these different geometric shapes, right? And then they'll show it with sand, and then they'll show the sand turning into certain geometric shapes. So imagine you're at a concert and you're engaging in this installation, and we're playing geometric shapes into your body, and we're showing you like, this is what your water is doing right now. This is what the minerals are doing in your body. This is what the food is doing in your body. And then you're also able to experience what it feels like, right? Because you're engaging in it, with a visual presentation, and we're going to go through like all of these different frequencies, and then we're going to actually play your body. Your body's going to be an instrument. You know what I'm saying? We're going to pluck you like a guitar. I know that sounds crazy, but it's just going to be like that. So I'm super excited about it because in the dynamic is being offered, is usually offered if it's a vibroacoustic theme in kind of like a massage, spa-y type of dynamic.
Yeah. And
where these nights that I'm doing with the Dark Matter series as a resident, thank you all for having me, it's called evolution, the healing arts movement. So I'm taking this whole thing of just sound baths and yoga studios, or this and that, or these traditional concepts, and turning this healing arts thing into like, why aren't we doing like, instead of like, okay, a static dance is a healing art, but it still has this like place and thing, right? It's like it has to be in a certain type of place or whatever. So I'm trying to introduce, or not trying, I am introducing into the dynamic of art, healing arts, in a intentional format that can be done as a DJ in whatever format that DJ wants to go into. So when I play at the Chicago House Music Festival, or I play at the Sandbox Symphony, I'm not gonna limit myself to playing at yoga festivals, because I did that, and I found it. It's pretty much kind of the same dynamic. You know what I'm saying? So it's not about the place. It's just turning the healing arts into something that's very accessible wherever we go. So imagine healing arts in the different performances, but in a scientific, more scientific, intentional way, versus saying, yeah, my music's deep. Yeah, it's healing. But then if I say, well, so what frequencies are you using, and what's healing about it? Because there's a difference between sound therapy and music therapy. Music therapy is something that's composed in different chords or whatever, and it gives you a feeling. But when we say sound healing, when you're trying to heal something, you have to know what you're healing. You have to be able to diagnose. And that's the difference between what I do when I try to explain to people with pharmacology. If you all notice, I worked in a lot of centers with private clients with acupuncturists or naturopaths. I traveled on the West Coast. Last year, that's what I was doing every month, working with doctors and scientists. And we're actually diagnosing clients and being able to say, well, these are the particular frequencies, not the bowls that's already done. We're creating other frequencies. I have to create other instruments for those particular things. These are not just standard bowls that we play for everybody, because everyone's different. So if they have these different things going on, how do we address those with the same tools? You can't sometimes. You have to create different frequencies for those different situations. I hope I'm making sense.
Oh yeah, it makes perfect sense, and it's great work, and it's definitely, well, I think we knew this information at some earlier time and maybe forgot